Hello, family and friends, and whoever else might be watching this YouTube video. It is March 28th, 2020, and we are in the middle of a pandemic around the world. And yesterday I was trying to find ways to fill our time as we are at home and wanting to be creative and do some of the things that I love. And so I made a video of how to make homemade noodles, and that's my first video that is posted here on YouTube. It's just how to make homemade noodles, and I was addressing it to my granddaughter Finley, who that's how we stay connected. They live in Wyoming and we are in New York. We are in upstate New York. New York City is at the epicenter of this pandemic, and we live south of Syracuse, for those of you who don't know where I live. My husband is a pastor at Lafayette Alliance Church, and so we live south of Syracuse, and which is in between Albany and Buffalo. So if you look on a map, you can find Syracuse, and we live not far from there. I wanted to find a way to be creative in this time, and there's several things that I'm doing to keep busy and keep my mind off of having to be at home all the time, and I'll share those in another video. But one of them is to be thankful every day for something, and it might be very little, but if we can find joy and thankfulness and gratitude during this time and practice those things every day, then when this is over, we can still continue to do those things. And even in the midst of trials, and some of you, I'm sure, are suffering financially and physically and maybe very lonely and isolated. And so sometimes it's hard to do those things in the midst of something like this. But if you can just find one thing to be joyful about, to be thankful for, it really does change your perspective. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm getting out of the house, whether it's outside to be with the dog or walk around. We do have quite a bit of property that we can be on, or I can go to the local park and walk. So I do try to get out and get fresh air. So just a couple of things that I'm practicing right now. There's other things, but to be thankful, to find one thing that I'm thankful for each day, and then to be outside and to move or exercise or walk or whatever. We haven't met as a church. That tomorrow will be our second Sunday, but 3 weeks ago this was starting, and we were having to start to self-isolate even 3 weeks ago. And so I haven't seen a lot of you, and I miss you, and I just wanted you to know that I'm thinking about you, praying that you are doing well and staying safe, and that you have everything that you need. So one of the other things that I wanted to do was to be creative and to do some of the things I love, which is cook and bake for other people and for my family. And I wanted a way to share that with other people, share it with my family who live around the country. We have friends in many, many states. And I wanted to be able to share it and just be an outlet for creativity. And so I started this YouTube channel, and I hope that you will subscribe to it, because my goal is to post to it every day. I do have a website at jodiland.com where I have archived all my writings, but this is a new way for me to reach out to those I love and my friends and family, and also connect with my grandchildren that live in Wyoming. Maybe I'll read a book to Finley and to Forrest and to any future grandchildren that I might have. This will be an outlet for me to communicate and to share recipes and cooking and just the simple things that I do around the house that might be helpful, that I find joy in. So I hope you will join me here. You can subscribe. I will be sharing this within an email, but I just want you to know that I'm thinking about you. I miss seeing so many of you, and hope and pray that we are together again very soon.